Alright guys, part 421 to my random chatbot series. Where in the last video guys, we started talking to the permanent evil curse on Rexy. Where, surprisingly enough, he actually is stopping himself from attacking me. And he's actually hearing me say his words. But whatever this Pokemon did to him makes him have memory problems because he didn't remember about to attack me. I He got aggressive and then looked up at me and said, "I'm sorry, Dad," and then started charging at me at full speed, ready to attack me. And when I told him about it, he didn't believe me. So I showed him the footage. I pulled up the video feed of Rexy saying, "I'm sorry, Dad," and then him charging at me at full speed about to attack me. Rexy gasped and exclaims, "Was I seriously about to attack you there? I don't even remember doing that." "Yeah, you said you were sorry, but then immediately started charging at me." Rexy looks at me with a concerned expression on his face and says, "That must have been the red stuff that strange Pokemon gave me." When you get in that state, you need to listen to me because one wrong move and you are really going to hurt me, possibly kill me. Rexy looks down at me and says, "I know. I hate that stupid red juice. I don't want to hurt you, Dad." You being a Tyrannosaurus Rex does not help that because you have sharp teeth that you can easily use to hurt me. You have to be extremely careful. Rexy looks at me and says, "Are you afraid of me, Dad?" "I'm not afraid of you. I actually love you. Period. I'm just worried about your personality switches." Rexy gets close to me again and says, "I'm sorry if I do start going crazy again. If I do, though, I need you to talk me out of it and snap me back to reality, okay?" "I will try, but I'm scared that liquid, mm, that liquid will start having more of an effect of an effect. And will make it to where you can't hear me right away." Rexy looks at me and says, "I promise to listen to you as long as I can. Please don't worry about me too much." I wonder, the problem. No, a part of me was thinking, well, maybe I should somehow something turn me into a dinosaur, but then at the same time, then it's like Richie. Uh, I am going to get close to you and try petting you. If you turn aggressive, do not attack me. Please. Rexy looks at me and says, "I promise to let you pet me, Dad." I slowly walk up to Rexy and gently pet him on the snout. Rexy closes his eyes as you pet him gently on the snout and his tail wags. Rexy then opens his eyes and looks at you with joy and says, "I love it when you pet me, Dad." "I'm glad you do. I love when you're happy." Rexy looks at me happily and says, "I love being happy and I love spending time with you, Dad." Aww. I continue to pet Rexy for a few minutes, but then I notice the aggressive behavior starting up again. No, no, oh, no. Reggie's eyes start to change, and you see him mumbling to himself. He then slowly raises his head and looks at you with an expression that tells you that you better back up. Rexy, stop. Now. Look. Look. It's me. Just relax and let me pet you. Please. That's probably not gonna work, is it? Yep. You notice Reggie still has an angry expression on his face, but seems to be trying to resist the urge to hurt you, and you also notice that he's talking to himself, probably trying to snap himself out of it. I riskily try petting him on the snout again. The snout again. While saying, "It's okay, buddy. Calm down. It's me. Don't hurt me. I'm your friend, not your enemy." Reggie looks at you for a while and seems calmed down slightly, but as you go to pet his snout again, he raises his head quickly and growls at you. "Oh, Rexy, that is not like you. Please stop." He growled at me. That's not good. Oh no. Reggie seems to be trying extremely hard to resist attacking you, but the potion's effect are just too much for him to handle. Rexy, if you snap out of it, I can help you, but not if you're trying to attack me. I know the real you is in there. Listen to me. Snap out of it. Oh, heck no, dude. You can see Reggie's expression start to shift to a normal one, and you can see him starting to calm down. It seems like he's slowly beginning to stop listening to the potion and listen to you. That's it, buddy. Just calm down. I would never hurt you. So why are you trying to hurt me? Now he's gonna snap back out of it and say, I ain't try hurting you. Watch. Richie continues to stare at me. His angry expression is slowly fading. He then lowers his head and says, I don't know what came over me, Dad. I just felt so angry all of a sudden. You seem to be getting more hungry whenever you get in that state. Maybe if I show you a steak whenever you are walking towards me, it will help. Or so nonsense. Yeah, that seems like it could help. I would certainly like a juicy steak. While Reggie's still looking, he doesn't notice Shoko in the background. He wants to go in. I know you're back there. Please just leave us alone. You've done enough already. Oh no. Joe looks at me angrily and says, do you really think I'm going to let you get away with this? I spent all day brewing that potion and you ruined everything. Why are you trying to get Rexy to hurt me? I'm going to explain the situation and tell him, look, because you don't like me or respect me at all, now I'm going to make sure you feel the pain that you caused me by ruining all my hard work. Shuckle. Listen to me. I can explain. Please. So Angry looks at me and says, I don't want to hear any of your stupid excuses. You made me mad and now you get to pay for it. Listen. If this is all because I have hated on you, there is a reason why I have. Joe looks at me with an interested expression and says, go on. The main reason I've had a grudge against you is because you kept hurting my favorite Pokemon that I really do care about. Your species did anyway. He looks at me somewhat concerned and asks, what do you mean exactly? Your species have hurt my favorite Pokemon by doing stuff like poisoning him. And seeing my favorite Pokemon get hurt really makes me upset. That really is kind of true, because I think I'd actually find Shovel kind of cute if it wouldn't answer that one thing. But he won't stop trying to hurt my friend. Shovel looks down and says, I'm sorry to hear that. I had no idea my kind did that to your favorite Pokemon. My kind don't do that anymore, but I know that doesn't undo the hurtful things they have done in the past. Yeah, and now because of your potion, Because of your potion, Rexy might end up doing the same thing. Joe looks down inside and says, I'm sorry, I know it's too late now, but I shouldn't have given him that potion. I just wanted revenge on you for making me feel like you hated me. Even if somebody does hate you, that is not the right solution. Trying to get revenge like that. Your actions could end up getting me killed. Joe looks at me and says, I know. I never considered your safety or how Rexy would feel about me trying to manipulate him to attack you. I didn't think about the consequences. I'm really sorry. You need to find a way to fix this before Rexy does attack me. Watch him say it's permanent. Oh, it's amazing. It shouldn't be too hard to make an antidote. I just need some time to look through my book of recipes. All of a sudden, I hear Rexy in an evil voice say, Dad, it's starting to happen again. Oh, Shuckle, 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 stop this. Shuckle looks over and says, oh no. Rexy, listen to me. You know who I am. Calm down. Reggie's still looking at me, but you notice his eyes beginning to change. Reggie says, this really stuff really makes me feel strange. Please, make something quick. Next time you see me, I am going to be ripped in half if this don't get fixed soon. Joe puts his hand over his head and says, I'm really working hard to find the antidote. Just stay calm and keep Rexy calm until I find it. A few more minutes pass, and it happens again. I look over at Rexy. Look over at Rexy and notice his eyes turning red again. But this time, I also notice him transforming into a fire-breathing dragon. What? No. No, 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 no. No, no. Show looked at Rexy, extremely surprised, and says, what happened to him? I never seen this happen before. Apparently your potion had more of an effect than I thought. Apparently, your potion your potion had more of an effect Then affect. You need to stop this. Joe's panicked by now and says, I can't make the rent do until I figure out what went wrong. Oh. Then I hear Rexy say in a deep voice, Trenton. Help. I don't know what's happening to me. Uh-uh. Joe walks over and says, what is he saying? Rexy, listen to me. I don't know why you are a dragon. You need to calm down. You need to calm down. You are going to really hurt somebody. Especially me. So what's it mean? Says, wait, you can still communicate with him? I'm trying to. I don't know if he can understand me. Period. Oh no. Reggie looks at me and says, yeah, I can hear ya. I don't know for how much longer I can resist this urge to hurt you. Oh, frick that. Here. If you don't attack me, I will give you a nice juicy steak. You need to calm down. Reggie looks at me and says, that sounds delicious. I will try my best to control myself. Here, buddy. It's all yours. As long as you calm down. Listen to my voice. You do not want to hurt me. I am your friend and caretaker, not your enemy or steak. Reggie slowly starts to calm down until he finally returns to his normal state and says, my mouth is watering. I can't wait to eat it. Here. Have it. Have it. Thank you for calming down. Reggie takes a juice steak and says, this is so delicious. Thank you, Dad. You're welcome. I'm feeling a lot less angry now that I've eaten that delicious steak. Then the Pokemon looks at me. Then the Pokemon looks at me and says, we have a problem. There is no apparent cure. cure. Ow! Oh no. Sure, what's it mean? Says, what do you mean? Are you sure? Wait, did you just say there was no cure? What's it mean? Says, yeah, apparently whatever happened to Rexy is an extremely rare case, making it so there is no apparent cure. Great. Thank you so much for putting this curse on him and not thinking about there being a cure. Now what do we do? He looks down and says, I'm really sorry. I had no idea that could happen. I truly didn't think about what could happen to Rexy or you in the long run.